Hello everyone, welcome to Peach on Earth Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for Gemini for the month of February. You can have Gemini anywhere in your chart. You can be a cross watcher. All that I ask is that if you're here watching this reading that you come with good intentions for yourself and for others. Okay, now it's interesting. So this has been going on for about, I'd say, a month and a half, where I have been being called to get messages with music. I was getting into your energy, Gemini, and they just told me no music, no message. All they wanted me to do is they want me to start with the archetype cards. So I'm being called to get 2 archetype cards. So this could be a reading for you and someone else, or just 2 different aspects of your life. But most likely you and another. Now, it can play out where you could be either one of these energies. And just for my sake, I'll probably read it as like one, Gemini being one, and then maybe the other. I don't actually know. It could come out as where they're both your energies. I'm not really sure. But we're going to go ahead and get 2 archetype cards for Gemini, please, for February. 2 archetype cards for Gemini for February, please. I'm hearing that it's like, because we are going into February and that's the second month. So there's something about the number 2 going on here. The number 2. Now that could mean something to you. You can have a life path too, I'm hearing. Now to get your life path, you just pretty much add up the numbers of your birthday. What you do is, like, so if you were born, say you're Gemini, right? You were born on June 9th, 1985 or something. Okay, so it would be 6. To break it down, it would be 6. Carry the 6 down. The 9 would carry down. And then 1985 would be, let's see, 10, 8, 23, breaks down to a 5, would be 5. So 6 plus 9 is 15, plus 5 is 20, so that breaks down to a 2. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I just got a 2 number. I did not plan that. Sorry. Maybe someone with that birthday is watching this. So you could have a life path too, is what I'm hearing. Or just 2 could be a prominent number for you. Okay. So the first one we get is priest. Now it's interesting because beggar is on the bottom. I just said body. Body. I don't know what that... Because when I said body the second time, I heard the number 2 as well. You might have... I'm getting this... This is such a strange message. Oops, sorry. But it's almost like something could have happened when you were younger. It doesn't have to be like a long time ago. It could have just been whenever. But you're recovered now. But it could have been like that you received like a transplant of some sort, I'm hearing. That could even be like blood. Because like when I heard the number 2, for when I said the word body instead of bottom, it's like something that continued your body on. I don't know. Now with the priest, the body could be like a congregation or like people in your life. So maybe there's like 2. This reading could even be 2 people in your life that are prominent to you, not necessarily you. I do want to read it as if it is you. Hang on. I got real airy when I said that, like air bubbles in my throat, and usually that means like I'm saying the right thing. So maybe this could be two different people that are in your life that have played a significant role up until this point. Okay, now with priest, I guess we'll look at the attributes. Shadow attributes: violates the trust of your spiritual community, seduced by your own spiritual role. Light attributes: facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel for spiritual energy. Now, one thing I'm kind of getting for this, I hope this stays up, is that there could have been a person of power in your life that abused that power. Now, I'm not necessarily talking about like sexual abuse specifically. It could have been that, of course. But I'm also hearing that it just like they abused their power, whether that be manipulation in whatever form. And with the beggar on the bottom, it's almost like they made you feel like a burden, I'm hearing. They put you in a position to make you feel as if you were a burden, and they were a person in power, and like you needed to follow their orders because you were a burden. Okay, I want to get one more. Oh, and it's interesting that I'm hearing that too. And even, I don't want to talk like that. I'm going to have to put a trigger warning on this, because even the way that they're positioned in this card is like the person of power is up and behind this person, and this person's like down here praying. Because that is not what priesthood should be. Priesthood should be the light attribute. Serves as a channel of spiritual energy. They guide people to the light. And it's not supposed to be used to manipulate, because that's what I'm getting is like manipulation. Like not a lot of people, or maybe probably a lot of people that are in these power positions of power and within like churches and stuff. The power can go to their head, and then it becomes like a negative, toxic thing. But just the way they're positioned, it looks very inappropriate. And they're like praying. I don't know. That's like half the deck. Not doing that. Okay, I need one more card for Gemini, please, for February. And I'm so sorry if this is triggering for someone or anyone. Can I get a second card? And what I was going to point out is there's two people in that card. Two. You know, if you were abused in any way, and I'm not just talking, like I said, I'm not just talking about sexual, but I'm talking about manipulation of anyone that's in power in your life. Now, that could be a parent even, or a teacher, or whoever, a boss. If you've ever felt abused by someone in a position of power over you, wait a second, what was I going to say? Oh, and you feel like that beggar, that burden, like you were the burden, you did something wrong. It takes two to tango is what I'm hearing. It's like if that's something that they manipulated you into believing is like you had some role to play in it, that's not true, okay? When someone has a power dynamic over someone else, no, it's never the person, no. This is going to be a heavy reading, I feel. Hopefully it gets better. Okay, can I have one more card, please, for Gemini for February? Okay. Oh, good. I'm hearing this is you. Oh, you guys. I love this so much. Okay, so we have Avenger here. Now, Avenger, when you think about it, it is like someone who is saving the underdogs, right? And then on the bottom is child orphan. And it's a kid that's on this planet all by themselves. They feel so alone. And it's like feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. Now, light attributes, independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. Now, that fear of surviving has always stood out to me. Because it's almost like fear of surviving is like being a victim, right? We find comfort in being a victim. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel like a victim if something like this has happened to you. I'm not saying that. But sometimes we can live in it because it's where we feel comfortable. It's where we've been made to feel comfortable, right? Like, we were made a victim. By we, I don't know why I say we. I'm just talking about the, royal we. Whoever's watching this video. Or anyone that's been in this situation. You were made to feel like a victim because that's that beggar energy. They wanted you to feel like a burden. Like you were alone. That's where you needed to stay. Instead of like finding power in being alone, it was like fear of it. Even though that's where you lived. But then here's the Avenger coming in. Now I'm not even going to look at the shadow attributes because I'm only feeling light from this. Desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness. I'm like feeling really emotional. Righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. And so that's what you could be doing this February, is like avenging yourself. Now, I'm not like saying you're going to go get vengeance on this person or whoever it is that hurt you, but you're finding a way to balance the scales of justice, to not view yourself in that light of the beggar / the orphan child, like, because that's where they put you. They put you in that light. They put you there in feeling like you were that orphan child, that beggar, but that's not actually who you are. And so by living where they told you should live, even though it feels justified to you because they wronged you in so many ways, it's only keeping you in that spot that they told you needed to be. And you don't deserve to be there anymore. You deserve to be avenged. I'm getting like so emotional. Oh my God. Okay, we're going to use the intuitive or True Heart Intuitive Tarot. What is the message regarding these cards for Gemini? The Queen of Wands. You know what, you guys? It's like, oh my gosh. And the Six of Swords. This is really beautiful. The Queen of Wands. She is like the ultimate powerful. Now I say woman just because she's depicted by a woman. We all have masculine and feminine energies within ourselves. But it's like, whatever this was, it wounded your femininity. It ruined whatever the feminine aspect of your personality is. And it's like, no more. You're avenging it. She is like, she's finally going to be able to come out in full force. Now, especially because it's paired with this Six of Swords. If you look at it, she's being pulled out of this water. Now, the Six of Swords typically means victory. Hang on a second. The Six of Swords, that's the Six of Wands that means victory. Why am I not getting an image for the Six of Swords? Oh my gosh, this is going to drive me crazy. The Six of Swords. Hang on just one second. Okay, I remember now. The Six of Swords, I haven't found it yet because I want to show you what the traditional Six of Swords looks like. But the Six of Swords is like moving from troubled waters to calm waters, okay? This is the typical Six of Swords. And see how this person is like cloaked and hunched over? It almost looks like this person here. Like, and they're moving from these rough waters. Do you see how they're rough here? And they're moving on to calmer waters, okay? Now that's the traditional meaning. But with this one here, she is being pulled out of the rough waters. She's being pulled out of the waters that have wounded her, that have hurt her. She's being avenged. She's being saved. Now, I'm not saying like you're being saved by another. I really honestly feel like you're saving yourself because you're in this Queen of Wands energy. And the Queen of Wands, like, she is a badass. She can do anything. She can summon these birds to pull her up out of these, because water is our emotions. Even though it's an air card, the swords is like more of a cerebral thing. But it's like you were submerged in these rough waters and you summoned these birds. This Queen of Wands is summoning these birds to come and pull her out. She's avenging herself. She's finding a way to avenge herself. Now, I'm just saying her, like, you don't have to be a woman. I'm just saying her because she's depicted by a woman. And I really feel like whatever it is that happened to you, you could have had like an out-of-body experience with that two bodies thing that I was hearing earlier. But it's like whatever it was that happened to you, it wounded the feminine aspect of your personality. And it's like she's finally, it's like I'm hearing like Phoenix. You're like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Okay. I honestly feel like I'm not even supposed to get more from that. Because she's just supposed to be standing in her power. She is the Queen of Wands. And it's like, with this priest, it's like you're taking it from a shadow to a light, where maybe that's what you can do for others. Is like, that's how you can avenge yourself, is doing it for others. Now it says facilitate spiritual commitment, serve as a channel of spiritual energy. So maybe it is like you can take that pain and channel it in a positive way instead of in a negative way that was done to you. Where are we at? 17 minutes. Okay, we are going to get an actual like little bit of a reading here. We're going to just use the Rider-Waite Tarot. Can I get a message regarding these cards for Gemini, please, for February? February, please. For Gemini regarding these cards. What is the message? Okay. The Five of Wands and the Three of Wands. So that's more fire energy. You could have fire in your chart. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom. So Seven of Pentacles is about assessment, right? Like, he's not happy with the outcome. There's some dead leaves. There's some growth, some dead. It's not super happy, but it's taking the knowledge that we've learned, even from our failures, and using it. Now, paired with this Five and Three of Wands, the Five of Wands is about fighting. And the Three of Wands is about waiting for ships to come in. And it's interesting because with the Seven of Pentacles, that's like you're looking at the situation and realizing that what doesn't work and what does work. And then waiting for our ships to come in, it's like, it's almost like you are resisting your, hang on a second. You are resisting being the Queen of Wands, being the Avenger, and you're kind of like waiting for the healing to come in. It's like you're waiting for those birds to come save you, right? And I don't want to say they won't, because they will, because you deserve healing. But it's almost like right now you might be kind of resisting it. You might be resisting moving forward, because instead of going forward to the ships, you are waiting. You're waiting for some kind of like divine intervention, I'm hearing. When in reality you need to kind of like take the situation by your own hands and figure out what it is. Like, now that doesn't seem fair because you were severely wronged, right? But you have to find the power in that. You have to be able to find, instead of like resorting to violence in the name of a cause. That's the shadow attribute of this Avenger. And that's this Five of Wands. It's like the violence, the fighting. Desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Now I'm also hearing like Two of Wands, because this is the 5 and it goes to the 3. And so 5 minus 3 is 2. And the Two of Wands is about manifestation. So it's like, I feel like right now you might be kind of resisting and wanting to just kind of like wait and pause. But that's not the energy you're actually being called to be in. You're being called to this Queen of Wands energy. You're being called to the healing, to be the Phoenix, to be the Avenger. And the Two of Wands is about that manifestation. Like, you are being called to manifest that into your life. We're at 22 minutes. Okay. We're going to get advice for you guys. Yeah, let's get advice for Gemini, please. Okay. It just came out instantly. So it's Hathor, which is receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. So you could be resisting what's coming to you. Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense, because I was feeling so confused, because it was like you were in such power, but it's almost like you feel like you've gone as far as you can go, but there's something being resisted. But it says allow yourself to receive, and that's these ships coming in. But right now you might be fighting against it. You could be kind of like, you want to stay in the victim mentality, but you can't stay in the victim mentality, because that gives the other person power. When you stay there, it gives them power. And you need to take that power back. You need to say, I'm not a victim anymore. I'm healing so I can heal others. And so it's like you have to stop fighting against that, because it's so, you guys, I'm not trying to be like cruel or anything here, but it is a lot easier to stay in that victim mentality, right? That's why we have people who are addicts, and addicts is like, you can be addicted to anything. You can be addicted to terrible relationships. You can be addicted to food. You can be addicted to even things that are perceived as healthy, like exercising. Because when you do it in excess, it's not good. It can really hurt your body. And so by staying in the victim mentality, we allow them to still control our situation. When we take that power back and no longer act as the victim, then we can receive what's rightfully ours, which is the power. But power that can be used as good. Okay, she has like flowers in her hand. She's not using them for negativity. She's not using them to feel powerful over others. Okay, now allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. It literally says that. Your ability, by letting go of that victim mentality, you can then in turn embrace your power, stop giving the other person power, take it for yourself, and put it out into the world in the most positive way. Yeah. So Gemini, this has been your reading. I hope it was helpful, and I hope I didn't offend anyone. That was not my intention. I really just want you to grab what's yours, grab the power that's yours, and disperse it into the world in a positive way, okay? I love you guys. I hope this was helpful, and like I said, I hope I didn't offend anyone. If it was, you can like, comment, share, subscribe. I thank any of you for being here today, any of your guides that were present, any of my guides that were present, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.